It's time for a Siskel and Ebert Burt Reynolds Shitty Film Review.
Burt Reynolds is a gambler turned bodyguard in the new action thriller Heat, and that's one of 4 new movies we're going to be reviewing this week.
In his latest film called Heat, Burt Reynolds tries to modify his tough guy image somewhat by making his tough guy have a weakness, chronic gambling. He's a Las Vegas bodyguard for hire, and when he isn't in the casino blowing whatever money he makes. The movie takes a very long time, though, to get rolling, which occurs only when a wealthy young man tries to hire Reynolds. At first, we're told the young man wants Reynolds to protect him while he gambles. Later, the young man, played by Peter McNichol, confesses he wants Reynolds to really teach him to be more of a man.
I assume the first thing you want to learn is how to incapacitate your man.
The only good scene in the movie is when the two seriously discuss the issue of bravery and fear.
What would you do, you know? I mean, let's just say somebody pulls a gun on you.
Run.
I wish the movie Heat had started with that scene, but in the movie it occurs after an hour. That's what the movie should have been about, and it might have been a very interesting movie to see Burt Reynolds this time deal with this youngly and possibly violently with the whole issue of what being a tough guy is all about. That subject, incidentally, worked for Burt Reynolds 15 years ago in his best film ever, Deliverance. He could have been Deliverance in Las Vegas. Instead, it's a choppy, weak imitation of The Karate Kid with lots of action stunts and a whole gambling sequence that just seems thrown in from out of the blue.
Yeah, well, actually, though, the gambling sequence was very good. I thought that was one of the 2 scenes I liked. I also liked the scene you mentioned, but also the gambling sequence with him at the blackjack tables.
We know what that's about, though.
Well, we know what it's about, but it was handled well. And Burt Reynolds gives a good performance in this movie. That's why it's all the more disappointing that they didn't have a good screenplay. And it was written by William Goldman, who's one of the top screenwriters in Hollywood. Butch Cassidy, Magic, some of his credits. He seems to have the beginning to about 3 movies. Tough guy teaches weak guy. Compulsive gambler tries to beat addiction. Las Vegas bodyguard is tough but actually tender inside. Could have made 3 good movies out of it. Instead, nothing, just confusion except for those 2 good scenes. And then at the end, once again, they're in that warehouse. It's all, I'll bet you 1 out of every 5 movies we've seen in the last 2 years has ended with people with guns chasing each other around a warehouse. I would have thought it's the same warehouse.
I don't know, but I wish the movie had started with one premise that we're talking about and gone through it. But have these 2... It is very appealing when the guy sits around, what's it like to be a tough guy? Yeah. All of us who are not tough guys, right? We might want to ask Burt Reynolds, what's it really like? And that would have been fascinating. Instead, we get an hour of junk, I'm afraid, of confusion before we ever get to that scene.
Yeah, and then at the end?
Action.
Action.
And that's the end of this Siskel and Ebert Burt Reynolds Shitty Film Review. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get notified about new videos and original Burt Reynolds content right here on the Gator McKLUSKY channel.